crushing the socials, rushing through Ukraine, touching the locals, quasi-coastal, touching the coastals, Ethiopia, touching the opals, and quasi-nobles, kissing the ring. You niggas is Google, I'm ChatGPT, mixed with the Bing. Lift every voice without lifting a thing. The baby was born with the gift for sing. I'm the less Elon, straight out of Pelon. I'm victory lapping, watching history happen, mystery cracking. It's the elitists attacking the fetus. They packing the seats up, cracking like C for C. They say it won't happen again, like getting back with Adidas. See back with their heaters, back in the sweepers, all black like a pack of fajitas. Used to get stacks for the features, now niggas they pay us with straps on the back of their sneakers just to come stack with the teachers. We made them a promise and made us some comments. They paid us some homage. We married the game and they gave us Madonna. No maiden, no honor, rebuking the priesthood like Sinead O'Connor. If I take the breath, God give you to breathe. And remove the air from the wind and the breeze. Superman to turn to Christopher Reeve. That engine is me. Train the blood you got in you that bleeds. Chop the tree of knowledge down and pick up the leaves. Superman to turn to Christopher Reeve. That engine is me. As I mumble on Pro Tools. Spaceship I could hover and cloak to. I abducted and probe you. Fly till I got the tongue of a toad too. On the rumble with Goku. It wasn't even close. I thought somebody told you. I'd be munching on gold shrooms till I grow you. Like I jumped on a toadstool. Mirror, mirror, mirror on the wall. I'm hearing I'm the Ferris of them all. I clearly am a pharaoh and a god. There is no comparing me to y'all. Repeat a mantra manifesting wealth. So me and all my family have helped destroy the world and build it back better. My mind I build a plan about myself. Unbelievable. I'm achieving the unachievable. I'm conceiving the unconceivable. All the demons I summon speak Hebrew. We play peekaboo. Unpredictable, unexplainable, inexplicable, undefinable, undescriptible, underrated, unequivocal, unforgivable. Feeling like I become invisible. Underground like the mud and mineral. Industry is so fucking pitiful. Only signing the thugs and criminal. Honestly, I would love to kill a few. Treat around like a blood and crip would do. Get it schooled, I will punch the principal. Cheat the system like what would Hitler do? If I take the breath, God give you to breathe. And remove the air from the wind and the breeze. Superman to turn to Christopher Reeve. That engine is me. Train the blood you got in you that bleeds. Chop the tree of knowledge down and pick up the leaves. Superman to turn to Christopher Reeve. That engine is me. Dogs in the rainstorms gotta be chained on, frozen like brain freeze. Rolling like 18, swollen like 18. From the borough where they take green. Shit, we throw in the mainstreams. Leave a nigga sniffing in state greens. Look, you're sweeter than pastries, cheaping on lace squeeze. Got a nigga face ski. Say cheese, had to rub it in like grapeseed. Pillably blue like Grape Street. Spitting over rape meats, slipping off her waist beads. I got the gas, baked beans. God is a nap that can make beans. God in the nap, make cream. I got it in the bag, rake leaves. I did dirt since my late teens. Now it's a must that we stay clean. Established trust, stay cream. Added up with no late fees. Mad as fuck when you waste cream. It's adding up through the late fees. Bars attack, that's a space beat. Bars attack like a hate speech. Bars intact like we make drinks. Bars is back like a lace string. Look, roll up some trees, we can pour up some tea. Flow like a seed and you know that it's me. Pablo appearing on Holy Ghost 3. Throw us a beat, we go bon appetit. A home of a beast on the road, I'm a freak. You don't fuck, we don't speak, that's a code of the street. If I take the...
Hey. Yes. There you have it. There you have it. On this Monday afternoon up in this thing. You know what I'm talking about? We got to bring bars back. We got to bring the bars back. Y'all been outside and whatnot listening to that garbage ass. Y'all been outside listening to that popcorn rap, that Nicki Minaj shit and whatnot. I had to remind y'all what real bars. Yeah, we're bringing bars back. Or single-handedly, we bringing Mars back. How y'all doing? Good afternoon. Peace to the family. Peace to you and yours. Love and light. Welcome to Melanin Monday pre-show. You know what I'm talking about? I don't always do this, but today I was like, let me get it in, man. Last night I was supposed to do Sacrilegious Sundays. So what this really is Sacrilegious Sundays. It's just on a Monday. You dig? We gotta, you know what I'm talking about? We're gonna have some things that we have to talk about before we even get into the lecture tonight. There's so much that's going on, you know, and life is moving at a faster pace these days. So it's always important to catch up with the family and tap in and whatnot. And, you know, just let everybody know what's going on and whatnot. Shout out to everybody in Atlanta who's been hitting me up today about the lecture that we got tonight, the Melanin Mondays, over there at 640 and whatnot. All right. Shout out to the good brother Julius, 640. You know what I'm saying? YG Urban Cafe. Salute. You know what I'm talking about? Peace to y'all. We'll be there today at 7 p.m. The doors open up at 7 p.m. at 640 Evans Streets. We are in the West End. I'm gonna play a little bit of background music. Y'all let me know if this sounds cool, if I should play this or not. I'm gonna turn that down. Let me know if I should do the little background sounds. We got this and we that's 5 on it. We got this one too. Okay, I like this one as we're talking spooky stuff. This is the conspiracy soundtrack right here. This is that drip. But today at 7 p.m. today at 640 Evans Street, we will be in the building. Blue Pill is our special guest. The Blue Pillar 44 is our special guest tonight, and he will be presenting Black Mystery. All right, this is a precursor to the event that he has in Brooklyn with Black Dot. All right, at Nicholas on February the 3rd. And then I will be seeing the family in Arizona later on this quote unquote strong. On Thursday, I will be out there with Ross Ben and a whole bunch of gods and whatnot. We're going to be tapping into Tucson and Sedona. All right. If you didn't catch the episode that we did on Third Eye Thursdays, it is in the archives. Check it out. It's a classic. All right. Shout out to Amun Ra. Shout out to Ross Ben and Ross Naeem. You know what I'm talking about? Them brothers have a rich history. And yeah, I'm honored to be a part of this new portal that they're opening. Well, they've been doing this for 20 years, and we are kind of new to the portal. Me and Blue, I'm one of the newest members. Blue been doing this for years and whatnot. But you know, I look forward to that experience, because remember, life is about experiences. I'm signing up for the experience. You feel me? I'm here for the experience. You know, I ain't. Yeah, red pill in the daytime. You know what I'm talking about? For everybody that thought that I was a vampire and whatnot. Now I'm outside in the daytime. If you are on the West Coast, I know the West is lit right now. Y'all got the Super Bowl coming to Vegas. If you on the West Coast, I think that you should be at the gym show. If you understand the healing powers of the gemstones, if you understand the healing power, the crystal currency, right? What is known as crystal currency. Okay. If you understand that that there's whole economies that are beginning to base their quote unquote economic systems on minerals, mineral deposits, crystal currency, then you know the importance of the Tucson quote unquote gym show. And I'm not going to sell it to anybody. I can't sell it to you because this is really a personal choice. This is something that sells itself. You know, it's one of the biggest gym shows in the world. It lasts for weeks. You understand? You know, this whole movement that's taking place with the good brothers who are bringing awareness, like Dane Calloway, Top Cat, you know what I mean? My brother Talik and them, you know, Raspy Rawls. There's a whole movement where people are becoming more aware of their ancestry in the Americas and abroad as well. But with that genealogy and with that revelation of who your bloodline and what tribe you belong to, yeah, that also has to come with what gemstones, what mountains, you feel me? What was the mineral deposits of your land? Like what should you be wearing, family? Because that will resonate with your DNA a lot more than wearing some damn shit from the middle of the mall. Take that monkey shit off, you embarrassing us. You dig? Take that monkey shit off, you embarrassing us. People are wearing slum jewelry, aluminum cans, they got melted and whatnot, and they got shit like that in their mouth. You know what I mean? And they're wearing jewelry that has no charge. It's not real. It's mixed with alloy and hubcaps, right? And they think that they're wearing real gold and whatnot. and it's spray painted hubcaps. So it's important that you tap into the energy. I can't tell you what to do. I can only show you what I'm doing, right? It would fare better for you to make that trek to the West. The West is lit. Vegas got the Super Bowl. Where's the All-Star game this year? I know Vegas got the Super Bowl. You feel me? And I know Arizona got the gym show. You feel me? And there's some other shit going on out there. But yeah, we headed west. We're gonna be on the west side. Let's do the roll call. Who's in the building? Good afternoon. Who's in the building? I think that if y'all tapping in from the UK, it might be nighttime over there. So good evening to the UK family, but good afternoon to the American family. Good evening to the Ghana family, right? Yeah. We're gonna see who's in the building. Yeah. We have DC in the building. Shout out to DC. All right. Shout out to DC. Okay. New Orleans is in the building. New Orleans in the building. All-Star weekend at the Indian Pacers. Yeah, I will not be there. I won't be in Indiana. Portland is in the building. Harlem is in the building. San Francisco is in the building. Maryland is in the building. Omaha. Well, what I do know is this Super Bowl is going to be super lit. We got the Chiefs versus it's the Chiefs versus the whatchamacallit, right? The 49ers. Okay. My nigga Brock, what's his name? What's the quarterback name? I got him in one of my bars. Brock Purdy, nigga. Brock Purdy. St. Louis in the building. Shout out to St. Louis. We got Cape Town in the building. We got Mississippi in the building. We got Ireland in the building. We have 7 Mile Detroit in the building. All right. Mississippi, Sippy. Okay. Shout out to y'all. We have San Bernardino. Yeah. Y'all turned up out there. Valdosta in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Albuquerque in the building. Fresno, Dayton, Ohio, Minneapolis, ATL, Buffalo in the building. ATL, y'all coming through tonight? We gonna see you in the building, ATL. Let me know. We could send a Uber to you, if anything. You know? ATL. Shout out to the ATL. Yeah, Dayton in the building, Detroit in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Salute to everybody in the building. Salute to everybody in the building. Boston in the building, Phoenix in the building. Brock Purdy. The Glock 30. Shot 30 like Brock Purdy. Greensville. Shout out to Greensville. Where are we going to be at in the ATL? We're going to be at 640 Evans Street. 640 Evans Street. And that is in the West End, sir. That is in the West End of Atlanta. ATL. We got Powder Springs in the building. Powder Springs. All right. Shout out to my good brother, Corey. Corey, if you want to pull up, I'll send you a link if you want to pop up and do your commercial and whatnot. My good brother, anybody in the building got a free tablet from Brother Red Pill? Has anybody in the building got your tablet and you could drop your emoji and whatnot? Drop the fire emoji in the chat room if you received and qualified for that free technology. You dig? For that free technology, for that free tablet and whatnot. Yeah, I'm talking about. Shout out to the Facts Initiative. All right. Colonizers versus natives. Gold versus oil. 49ers versus the Chiefs. I'm here for it. I'm going to do a little bit of magic when I'm on that grid and whatnot. I could do magic. It's mandatory that we do a little bit of conjuring because I'm here for it. Colonizers versus the natives. right? In the quote unquote backyard. How do you get a tablet? You, sir, have to fill out this link that I will drop in the chat room. And if you qualify for the tablet, then you will basically be contacted. And from there on, you'll get your tablet. But here we go. Here we go. East 49. How's it working for you with the tablet? You know what I'm talking about? How's that thing working for you? You know what I mean? Have you been able to load it up? Have you been able to boot it up and whatnot? You leaving ATL for Cali? That's what's up. That's what's up. Like I said, I know a lot of people drifting the West End. They're drifting to the West. The Super Bowl is on a portal day. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Exquisitely, Richfield. Exquisitely. Okay. So you tapped in with your tablet exquisitely. Brother Corey, if you can, my brother, the link, the Linkington. You said Nikki Bigfoot is beyond mid. I had to put on some jazz after. You see, I had to sage the goddamn room by playing some super duper boom bap. I had to put some God hop on to sage myself lyrically from listening to Lying on Your Dead Mama, Lying on Your Dead Mama, Your Dead Mama. Like, she kind of took it there this year. The red and gold is a theme for the Super Bowl. I'm here for it. I know an industry plant when I see one. That Mahones guy, I know an industry plant when I smell one. Philosophical. I'm gonna send you a link too, King. I want you to pull up as well. I'll drop it in the Chattington. All right, pull up on the guard. We're gonna talk real quick. You know what I'm saying? Philosophical. That's the God. The God be going in. It ain't the meds that's getting to Nikki. It's that cocaine. It's that cocaine. You know? You could the Megan record was fire. Yeah, you know. She went, man. That girl crossed many lines with that man. But yeah, back to Mahones. I know a plant when I see one. There's an operation taking place. I read an article a few years ago that he took the fall. He basically agreed to let homie Tom Brady basically shine and win that ring in his last, quote unquote, one of his last games, so they could finish whatever legacy that they had that they were building with his ass. And then he went ahead against protocol and tried to get back in the game and whatnot, or try to get back in the league. And then you see how the shit fell apart. The agreement was with Mahomes, if he threw the Super Bowl, if he threw it and gave it and let the white boy do what he had to do and get those 7 rings, that he was going to be, quote unquote, rewarded. Now, these are deals that they'll make with a, quote unquote, legacy player, because the legacy player has to be able to sacrifice something. You're not just regularly playing the game and winning. And no, you'll get to the biggest game of your life. You'll get to the biggest game of your life and they'll ask you to throw it. The same thing in boxing. You'll get to the title fight of your life, and then Al Heyman will come in and be like, all right, my guy, I need you to throw it. You'll have the biggest game of your life in the NFL. You'll have the biggest game of your life in the NBA at the finals. And they'll tell Jordan, no problem, my nigga. You got this far. Do us a favor, though, because we done bet the odds super duper against the other. Throw this one, my nigga. We got you. You'll be rewarded. They're not gonna tell you what they'll do for you, but you have to play the game. So if you being coached by a man who you assuming is more superior than you, right? And by the way, if you assume that this man is your coach, right? You're assuming that this man is more superior, correct? So if that's the case, then this coach is basically able to say, you know what? He could coach that player to do damn near anything, not just catch a ball. He could coach that player on how to throw the game. He could coach that player on how to play the Vegas, quote unquote, the underground mafia Vegas betting and gambling racket. He could teach them how to throw. He could teach them all of that. That's what coaches do. And when a coach tells one of his players to do something outside of the sports and in their personal life, they listen to him. They listen to him, right? They got this Taylor Swift industry shit going down, built around the goddamn Chiefs, right? With her and her snow king, right? Then they got Mahomes, right? With the when they made the Seahawks lose on purpose. You remember that? Yes, you remember that? So the coach is damn near the father. Kobe, Phil Jackson was a father to Kobe. There's so many Marshawn Lynch with the game. There's so many games. I mean, there's so many coaches that are considered to be the father figures to these athletes, you know. So the Falcons against the Patriots. So, we just have to be very mindful of what it is that we're seeing. But I'm seeing a game being played where they're utilizing this pop culture icon, right? What's her name? Taylor Swift, to basically put themselves back in the game, and to commercialize this failing sport, which is football. Okay, that don't really have too much going for it, and they're utilizing Mahomes as their new quote unquote legacy player. They don't have too many legacy players in the quote unquote league, right? They don't have too many legacy players left in the league, especially after Tom Brady and whatnot. So they're looking for their new superstars. They're looking for their new quote unquote legacy players that are going to last 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 more years, so they could begin to recruit many other people. But as you can see, they are beginning to shift their focus over to Africa and overseas and whatnot. Okay, they're going to break that out during the halftime show. They're going to show you how NFL Africa is coming to the forefront. You feel me? So if you want to be in the building with us tonight, okay, put Melanin or Melanin Monday in the chat. Put Melanin or Melanin Monday in the chat, and we will pull you to the you'll be able to get a link, and that link will go to your inbox. That's for the IG people. Lamar Jackson will win the Super Bowl next season. Yeah, he probably was told, you know what? We know that you could beat Mahomes, but now we need you to take the L. We need you to pipe it down. We need you to quote unquote, swerve and whatnot. It was never going to be Lamar Jackson. He negotiated his own contract. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? They're not letting, and then you see what they did to Russell Wilson this year. You feel me? Cam Newton too. They trying to, you see what they did? Cam Newton. Andy Reid gave Vic a job, but look how they neutered Mike Vick. Look at what they did to Vic to bring him down when he was on his quote unquote ascension. Look at what they did to him. He was never the same. He was never the same. So that's a rigged game. That's a highly rigged game, and the stakes are very high, and it's tied into this organized quote unquote mafia over there in Vegas. Russell Wilson should sign with the Raiders. You know, he better sign with somebody. He better sign with somebody. All right. Philosophical, you in the building, King? I see you in the back office. Let me go ahead and bring the God on the stage, family. I want to introduce you to this good brother. All right. He has a YouTube channel. I just was a guest on his platform last week and whatnot. The brother went viral about a year or two ago, speaking on relationships. You know what I'm talking about? Speaking on the affairs of the hearts and things like that. So without any further ado, I want to introduce you to the good brother Philosophical. All right.
Peace, family. Sorry I can't cam up at the moment. I'm still on the clock, but
Oh,
I had
nah,
to
you
tap in
good.
with
You good. Yeah,
I
man.
had to tap in with the big bro, the big homie, the OG. You know what I'm saying? Somebody I watched for a long time. Peace to your audience, man. What to do?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace to the God, man. How you?
I'm maintaining, bro. Maintaining, just letting my creativity run wild. Once you I know you probably went through this. Once you really get into the content creation, and then you really can see how far you could take your creativity with the graphics and the editing, and it's like you really can create your own digital world and vibe. It's like I'm really starting to really tap in. It's like it's getting fun now.
You become, remember, God, God. My grandfather taught me this: generator, operator, destroyer, right? And in
Facts.
life, we have the thinker, the knower, and the doer. When you're a content creator, you have the opportunity to be the thinker, the knower, and the doer, right? And
Facts.
there's a sense of completion, there's a sense of purpose, and there's also a sense of you feel like you're adding something to a pool of some type of value and whatnot, especially if you have content that's not super toxic and of a super low frequency. You feel me?
Exactly. Because it's like you realize it's really just an algorithm game, and you really just got to get in there. And a lot of people don't have no content. They ain't talking about absolutely nothing, but they know how to get in the algorithms based on their presentation, based on their editing, their graphics, and all that. And it's like, okay, now I see how the game go. You know what I mean? Because most
It's
people,
a
they go
right.
by what they see. They gonna click on what appeals to their eye. So it's like you just
It's
gotta take those nuanced things about yourself and make people react to it. Because this generation, they very fickle. They have a real short attention span. You just gotta once you get that, you gotta really capitalize on it. Like last year, it was real raw for me. I didn't know a whole lot, and it was just I was coming in the game strictly just off of who I am. I didn't understand the politics of working with people and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
yeah. What
it's a
year did you go
game, but you
viral?
got. I went viral at the end of 22,
Okay.
and it just took on a life of its own. Like at first, it was like, oh my god, like I'm cursing, because I just left the lounge with my man, because I'm conscious, I know what time it is, but I still go outside, like what I'm saying. I still gotta
As
feel
you
the vibes of the
should.
people. I still gotta tap in. So it's like I was outside when it happened. So it's like I think what made the video go so viral is because I was literally on the street talking to a pretty woman in real time. So it's not like a lot of cats will say this and that, but when that red bone pull up on them,
Right.
they tuck their tail in and try to acquiesce. And I didn't
Right.
do that. I stood on it, and it was the fact that I was able to convey what a lot of men feel to a woman in real time that most men would try to talk to and still get a positive reaction from her. I think that element is what really stuck with people because a lot of I don't feel like I said nothing that wasn't said before, but the
Right.
fact that it was received by a woman in real time, it kind of like had a strong impact like around the world for real. So it was just crazy. And the beautiful thing about it is I'm I'm able to contact and work with people that I've watched and admired over years like yourself. So I think that's the blessing in all of this.
Indeed. Indeed. So yeah, I'm gonna let you get back to your gig. You know what I mean? I do have some questions for you, but I don't wanna,
Nah,
I don't wanna
I
have
got a few. I got time for a few questions. I got time about 3 or 4 questions. Shoot.
all right, female rappers battling. How you feel about it?
I mean, it's hip hop, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's the least you could do. You know what I mean? We got to deal with the coochie talk. We got to deal with the twerk talk. We got to deal with the prostitution mumbo
Right.
jumbo. At least let me hear some bars. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, all of these chicks are just little nickies at the end of the day. Period. So it's like
Right.
if your mother want to come slap you around, let her do it because all of y'all is just little Nickies. After Nicki, Cardi is another Nicki.
Right.
Sexy Red, a
All of
hybrid
them.
Nicki. They all
Right.
little Nickies. So it's like for you to now all of a sudden now she can't say nothing to her children via rap. It just shows you how out of tune this generation is with the culture. They think rap is about clout and clicks. No, it's about lyrical content. And we all know Nicki don't have the illest content, but she does know how to. She's witty. She know how to put punchlines together. Like she know how to say some slick shit in the essence of battle rapping. And if you can't get with it, then you can't get with it. Like that's
This
what it is. That's
new
the least we could do is have a battle.
right. So there's a new climate that's been created, and I call it drill culture climate. Drill culture climate created a new way of basically crossing the line of disrespect.
Facts.
They moved the goalposts into like the graveyard, and it went into the depths of the deaf culture.
Facts.
You
See, the
know,
problem is once lyrical skill and content and the ability to convey a message became corny, then it opened the door for people who wasn't that good. And I'm not gonna say no regions, but you can put two and two together.
right?
Up north in certain areas, you gotta be nice. Yeah, you gotta have a story. You definitely can be no bitch and all that, but it's not just about your street criminality. But once we turned off and started calling it backpacker, started calling, real MCs corny, it opened the door for people who wasn't rappers, but they were street. See, once the
Yeah,
criteria went from street to talent, it's like, okay, a lot of dudes, it ain't a lot of dudes that, like, when I was younger, rap seemed like jujitsu. It didn't seem like it's something you could just pick up and do. Like when I heard Nas and Illmatic and
because
all these
it
albums,
wasn't right.
it felt hard.
It wasn't a sport for everyone. It
No, it
was a
felt
sport for the
impossible.
elite few, right?
Yes.
So now this has become a sport for the masses in a sense. There's
Yeah,
thousands of songs being uploaded daily, and everybody is a rapper. There's no
yeah, because
elitism to it.
no, because anybody can shoot, anybody can catch a charge, anybody can flip a pack. Now you may not do it successfully, but anybody can get on that block and start doing what it do. So when that became the criteria for getting into the rap game, that's why so many rappers, because a lot of dudes are not
That's
intelligent, a lot of
that's
dudes are
right.
not witty, but it's mad dudes that got a rap sheet. It's mad dudes that done
That
shot
are
somebody. It's
selling
mad.
crack, right? That
Yeah,
done
so it's
shot
like the
somebody
dudes
or
like,
got
well,
shot.
yeah,
Because
because the
50
criteria,
ushered in a new era to whereas the one who got bullied or the one who got shot or the victim became the new tough guy. Like there's
yes.
dudes going live in the hospital room, patched up with shit bags, and they're like, "Man, y'all, I can't wait till this album drop. I'm about to smoke these." I'm like,
Yeah, dudes been
the
bleeding on IG
audacity,
Live.
the
I done seen cats
audacity,
bleeding. Word.
right?
I done
The
seen cats bleeding to
audacity
death.
of that. You
It's
feel me?
crazy, bro. Crazy, bro.
And what I was saying about drill culture, what it's done is the disrespect of the dead is now accepted. And that's something that, the youth has taken to a high level. Nicki Minaj recently took it to another level when she disrespected the woman's dead mother. I know years ago that would have been really looked at as the lowest of
I didn't
lowest.
know she did that. I didn't know she did that.
Well, that it's almost when it comes to the whole her attack, it's founded and hitting her in that sore spot multiple times, right? So she's kind of pulling the mask back a little bit and showing the world like, yo, this is that witch that we heard about. Nicki Minaj is that, she is that kind of if she's the mother, she's still the evil mother
Now
who,
I didn't know that. That
smacks her
changed my
children around.
perspective. That changed my
Yeah,
perspective now.
who be well, her
That was
thing
kind
is
of whack. That was kind of
what
lame for her.
right for her. But once again, in this new culture where that type of level of disrespect, the bar has already been moved. So it's like it's SMD, you know what I mean? It's your mama. None of that used to fly back in the days. But that's what they own right
Not without
now.
a consequence,
Not without a consequence.
a physical one.
So
But it makes Nicki look whack because usually what you're talking about is mostly shown in the young people. I think the fact that she's at her age and she feel like she has to stoop that low to make an impact is kind of corny. And that's one thing I hate is when OGs or people who know better try to fit in
Right.
with the youth.
With the
Like a lot of
right.
cats, if you look at like a lot of cats now is dressing all weird, this futuristic homo S&M runaway gothic
Right.
type of fashion going on right now. I've seen some cats that know better dressing like that. You know what I'm
Super
saying? Like,
better. The little
I
purses.
yeah, the fucking bebop and rock steady boots with the steel toes. You know what I'm saying? Just looking crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? It's like fitting in with the kids is never was cool. Like you ain't gotta do that. And most of the fashion that's out is just regurgitated shit. They don't know what to wear. They back wearing baggy. We did all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing they're doing that's new. The fitted look is not new. They was wearing fitted clothes up until the early 90s. The 80s was fitted clothes. The
They
70s
was
was fitted
fitted.
clothes. Like, it's not new. Nothing they're doing is new. It's not innovative. It's just crazy. So to see the OGs stoop down to that level, to talk about Shorty mother, that was mad whack. I didn't think she had to do that. But Nicki's always been on some type of demonic type of tip. Like, we forget about the whole Roman Reloaded vibe. Like, who is that?
Well, she
Who is this
possessed.
entity Roman that you talk about?
She's
You know what I'm saying?
possessed. The dude that she with, bad work. You feel me? Bad
Big time.
work. Bad super big time. I mean, anybody from outside, you know what that's about. You know what I mean?
Nasty
You
work.
when you see that type of nasty work, when you see that type of dude, we've been locked up before. You know what type of work she dealing with. Nasty work.
Which
Cause
which
if he,
which 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 bleeds. I ain't mean to cut your wisdom,
yeah,
beloved, but that bleeds into certain conversations that I've been a part of about, and this might be jumping around, but regardless of our woman's income, regardless of not all of our women, shout out to the sisters in the chat, shout out to the queens, but a lot of our women, regardless of their lifestyle, regardless of their visibility, regardless of their success, they have an affinity or inability to deal with other men outside of these type of guys. Because with all the success she got and all the money she's acquired, the only man she can have a relationship with is a brother that just came out of jail. That says a lot.
but look, but she was seen with Nas. Even the Safari dude was like, you know what? They did that video with Nas kissed her, and what she was like, I didn't even know that they did that. So she was basically being courted by the OG, the real OG, who would have been able to steer her in a way better direction. And since she connected, because it is all about your better half, it is all about who you align with, it is all about who you allow to basically, impregnate you and wife you up. It's about all of that. She gained nothing in that, quote unquote, she gained nothing from that. He's not equally yoked. He's not equally yoked. So
No.
as somebody who's talking all of that queen shit, and she got all of these young girls and all of these sisters following her lead and whatnot, that shit is whack. That's a big L. That's a super L. So she's trying to make up for that, quote unquote, inferiority complex, knowing that she settled. She didn't even settle. Homie basically deboed her. He deboed her. She didn't even. Somebody said that he's her handler. He deboed. He didn't even. She didn't even. He's giving Aaron Hall energy. How Aaron Hall was like, I deboed Gloria. I know Gloria. I was in Miami with Gloria. I got wild stories about, and I will never put her business out there like that. But there's a lot of, a lot of shit, bro.
I could imagine, bro. I could imagine. You know what I'm saying?
I
But I
mean, I
never was a
think he
big
said
fan of
that.
Nicki.
I think they said that he was her first or something. I don't know, but what I
I mean,
do
but
know,
that's probably true too, because like we know, a lot of the pretty light skins from the hood, the first dude that touched them oftentimes is an older dude that's on the block. Like we want to deny that like that's not the culture in the hood. Yes,
a
it is. Like all the
sociopath.
bad, yes, all the
They
bad
always
chicks in high
fucking with the
school.
sociopaths.
They never dated us. They dated the big homie from the block. They always was dating grown men. And it ain't because they was forced. A lot of times that's what they chose to do. So our culture, we try to sweep stuff under the rug, but as we can see, these pathologies still play a part in our mentalities, regardless of how successful we become. We still got that high school block mentality.
The Barbie mind control. I didn't see the movie, but it's important that that whole shit gets disrupted. That Benny album was trash, bro. trash.
I'm not
Whatever
big.
Def
He
Jam did
not
to
all
him.
that to me, man.
Nah, but what
He
I'm
not all
saying
that to
is,
me.
I thought he was gonna tell stories. I thought that he was gonna get into a storytelling role. I thought he was gonna give more insight. That shit, they watered his whole sound down. It was a money grab, and they gassing him up, making him think that he's better over there than with the fucking Svengali. You gotta understand, and I keep explaining to people, A.A. Rashid is the Svengali. He is the Yoda of Griselda. People don't understand what shit is like. They don't understand that because, I don't know why. I don't know why they don't understand that. Everybody has it in their organization. It's the person who's not in front of the camera who's running the show. It's the brains of the operation. It's the coach. It's the motherfucker who's pulling the strings, who's giving you insight. He's the counselor, right? Let me case in point. ASAP Yams, Yamborghini. He was the brains. He was the
Yes, he was.
Svengali. He was the Yoda. He was the intelligence behind the movement. When he died, it fell off. Pro Era with Joey Badass and all of them. Capital Steez was the Svengali. He was the brains. He was the quote unquote brainchild. When he made transition, the whole shit fell off. That's what I'm talking about. And
But
when
this the
and that
thing, Red.
what's that?
This the thing. You could tell by Benny's music that he, like some people, regardless of what they're around, they don't have the mindset to realize what's around them. You
He
could tell by his
surrounded
music.
himself. He hold on. He repositioned himself and try to make him the big homie around niggas that look like they just finished peeing in the bed, bro. What I'm trying to explain to you is that these niggas are the egos was killing everybody because they don't follow the plan. They want to be the man. They want to be in the
Yes.
spotlight. They want to be number one. They're not comfortable being Pippin, and they're fucking up the whole formula of what really works. What really works is the Voltron theory. What really works is when shit works cohesively. It's not enough room for everybody to be the man. My nigga, your
Facts.
face is pushed to the side. You're not the man. No disrespect. No disrespect. You know what I'm talking about? Respectfully. You the henchman. You gotta play the background. You're not smarter than West Side Gun, bro. You're not savvier than your big homie. Be humble. And that's what's fucking it up. That's what's fucking it up. The Benny shit.
That's a
You
fact
want to be
because
the
cats
man.
don't respect the
You
game.
around all of these little niggas. Y'all gonna get a Rico. You gonna get a Rico playing around with all of these crack sellers and these is bottom feeders that you got with you. Keep them niggas out the way. Leave them in the studio to write hooks and bars. Keep building yourself up and stay under the wing of your family member who is the quote unquote, he's steering you in the right direction. These niggas is trying to make rap music and West Side Gun is trying to make art. That's the difference. They wanted to be rappers. And homie didn't come in here. Like I said, I'm not gonna put nobody's cards on the table and I don't expose people. A Rashid, when he got in, when him and homie crossed paths, right? And I don't know if he explained this on high level conversation, but when they crossed paths, what A Rashid was able to give West Side Gun in terms of counsel changed his whole brand and put him on a trajectory where he wasn't making music anymore. This nigga was making art. Okay? He is the secret sauce behind the fucking operation. Henceforth, he's on the intro of every West Side Gun album. How did that happen?
Facts.
He's not even rapping, he's talking. Papa Wu on the Wu-Tang. That's the Svengali. The man that they call old man or pops with Charleston White. He's the brains behind the operations. He's the Svengali. It's not Charleston White. They put the motherfucking characters, they put the talent in the front. You gotta find yourself. If you are an intelligent person who you're not built for the camera, you're not built for the spotlight, you're not built for all of that. Put one of these niggas as a sacrifice in front of the camera. You understand? The people that want to be in front of the camera, put them niggas in front of the camera and leave them in front of the camera, because only somebody who's thirsty for a lot of fake ass fame and whatnot wants to stay their whole life in front of the camera and not be a fucking boss behind the camera, because that's where the real power is. So I don't necessarily, I don't fault Conway and I don't fault Benny and them for wanting to get from in front of the camera and go behind the camera to be bosses. But my nigga, you have not found the talent to do that. How is it that Westside Gun found Rome Streets, Stove Guard, and a few other niggas, and y'all trying to be bosses, but y'all don't have the equivalent of what he's finding?
Because those brothers, you could tell by that, like I said, their music,
they jumped off the porch.
No knowledge of self, and they don't have no knowledge of self to recognize the blessing in front of them. See, a lot of cats want to be rappers, but they don't understand. You could tell by they don't even have diversity in their rhymes, that they don't really understand the culture of hip hop. They understand the culture of it's like that statement a lot of rappers made that I feel like it's like a mantra. I ain't a rapper, I'm a hustler. This rap is my hustle. No, you are a rapper. You are an MC. There's nothing wrong with that. But that mentality have made it seem like to claim to be an MC or to claim to be a pure lyricist is kind of corny. So it's like they look at rap as like just a way to make money, but I'm really a street nigga. I ain't no rapping ass nigga. Like that kind of mentality. So they don't even respect the game. Happened. Go ahead.
Yeah. And it's bro, it's evident. And the evidence of it is in the statement. And the evidence of the statement is where the separation takes place. Because what's taking place is that I can't blame Young Jeezy and all of them for saying I'm not a rapper, I'm a trapper. I can't blame nobody who declares that, nigga, you're not a part of the culture, you're a part of the business. Rap music is an industrial complex that's owned by corporations. Hip hop is a culture that's not owned by nobody. Let's quickly go through what the fuck hip hop is. First and foremost, it's an acronym, and nobody necessarily knows what the fucking acronym is.
Fact.
Tonight, if any of y'all work at a club or you going to shake a leg and whatnot, just go up to the DJ and say higher infinite power, and then step back and let that nigga finish it, right? And I bet you that they won't, and I bet you that they can't, and I bet you that they do not even know what hip hop stands for. Higher infinite power, healing our people. It's an acronym, bro. And it's not something that we made up. And it's not a New York thing. It is what the fuck it is. It is the acronym for hip hop. It was never evoked at Madison Square Garden. It was never evoked at Yankee Stadium. It wasn't evoked at the Grammys, nor was it evoked at the Emmys. So what you saw was Rap Inc. It's not hip hop. You know, name me an artist that does all five. Remember, it's the culture and it's 5 pillars to it. We be talking about rappers all day. Why don't we talk about hip hop more? Who's the master artist amongst us? Who's the master dancer amongst us? Who's the master DJ? Hip hop started out as DJ culture. It's not the other way around. The MC or the master of ceremony, he came later. Do you know what a master of ceremony is? These niggas are not masters of ceremonies. They're rappers. The same type of rappers that you have around Candy, bro.
And I'm so glad you said that, Red, because I get into conversation with people all the time talking about some of this is rappers. It's like, first of all, rap is just a vocal expression, like singing is, like whatever. It's just an expression. Yeah. But it's not what hip hop is. It's just the expression of choice that hip hop uses. For example, you had Mary J in the 90s. She didn't rap, but she was called the queen of hip hop. So obviously it's more than just an expression of vocal projection. It's a culture. She was an R&B singer, and they was calling her the queen of hip hop and hip hop soul and all that. So hip hop is a vibe. It's a culture. It's not just.
But once again, that was the misnomer, right? That was the misnomer that Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, and Andre Harrell, when they were hijacking the culture and twisting and turning it out and selling it out. They sold it out. They sold it to Clive Davis. They sold it to the highest bidder. Okay, that is not hip hop, right? Fact. So if you know, Gil Scott Heron is a master of ceremony. Marcus Garvey is a master of ceremony. You understand? These are the masters of ceremony. Malcolm X is a master of ceremony. Martin Luther King is a master of ceremony. You understand? Farrakhan is a master of ceremony. Elijah Muhammad. Drew Ali is a master. Noble Drew Ali. Dr. Sabi is a master of ceremony. These are griots. These are people who could move the people with their quote unquote their narration, their tone, their quote unquote cadence. They're speaking, they're tapping into some type of messianic force. That's hip hop. 5 pillars. 1, dancing, right? So you got to be able to dance. The rhythm, you got to be able to move. Bobby Hemmett is a professional dancer. Phil Valentine is a professional artist. He's a singer. He makes art. Both of them are trained in the quote unquote art. They both are painters to the point where you could put their painting in a gallery. Both of them. These are the 2 master teachers who I would say started this whole new wave of what they misnomer call the conscious community. And people don't understand the whole story because it's not, it's a deep story the same way that hip hop is a deep story. And I'm here to let you know, shout out to Paradise from X Clan, who I will be interviewing very soon, right, on this new podcast that we have called Higher Infinite Power. And he's gonna give a history of hip hop that a lot of people don't hear about and don't know about, because the shit that they've been talking about is revisionist. It's revisionist from Herc to Bambaataa. It's revisionist history. It's not the real origin of hip hop.
And there's too many people outside of the culture, or that wasn't there, or doesn't understand the vibe of the tri-state that's speaking on behalf of that. So it's time to definitely hear some pushback to that.
So let me finish. So let me finish with the 5 pillars, King. Name me an artist that does all 5, and that's where you could be like, that's hip hop right there. You got to be able to dance, right? LL Cool J, Big Daddy Kane, and them. The earlier artists were dancing. They had a DJ. They was doing graffiti and whatnot. They were tagging their names, and they dropped knowledge of self. That is hip hop. So there's 5 pillars. There's dancing. You could do the shit Little Uzi and them is doing right now. It doesn't matter as long as you moving your body. You could do the Afrobeat shit. Whatever you doing, nobody could judge you. It just got to be a dance, right? Master of ceremony. You have to be able to control the crowd. If you can't control the crowd, you not hip hop. DJing. You got to know the wheels of steel. You could do Serato. You could do all of that, but you got to know DJing. DJing is an art form, and it came before the MC and whatnot. Then you got to know art. You got to know what they call graffiti, but it's really just art. If you could paint, if you could draw, if you know Mid-Journey, all of that is in the field of art. If you do clothes and shit like that, if you cut hair, you're an artist. And then the 5th pillar of hip hop is the shit that we doing right now, dropping knowledge. In the 80s and in the 90s, those was my teachers. They was tagging shit up, breakdancing, massive ceremony, catching a break beat, and dropping knowledge. What the fuck happened to all of that? And these niggas is out here rapping and trapping and whatnot. That right there is Liar Cohen whole culture. That's Liar Cohen whole culture. That's Hustle Simmons whole culture. That is Clive Davis whole stroll. That's not hip hop. That's niggas on a stroll. That's a bunch of fucking prostitutes who are owned by the corporations, and they doing the dance. Bands that make them dance. That's what that is. That ain't hip hop. That shit got wiggled away from us a long time ago when niggas decided to grab ankle.
Facts.
Straight like that. And we got to take it back, and we got to stand on business, and we got to hold these niggas out, because I'm not allowing this shit to continue into the next 50 years. We went through 50 years of some bullshit, bro.
Facts.
When you think about it, we deserve more. Near one of these niggas told us to buy a stock in the whole 50 years of hip hop. We deserve more, bro. No, near one of them niggas gave stock advice.
And then the ones that did, they killed them, like Nipsey.
He was the one. He's the Neo of this shit. We need a what if universe where he got the gun from shitty cuz and made him shit on himself. We need that type of reality with all of this AI and all of this, and with all of this AI and drugs you niggas is on, y'all not creating shit, bro. Y'all, what the fuck? You wasting your brain cells. What are y'all out here doing? What are y'all out here doing? What are you bringing back from the depths of whatever realms that you go into every night? I was in the crib last night, microdosing, going through it. I was in all kind of realms and whatnot. And I was coming up with all kind of ideas. And I'm like, damn, this shit like 2024, whatever the firmament, whatever the solar flares, whatever that shit is, nigga, it's raining manna. Okay? It's raining manna. So I'm picking up on all kind of stuff. And I'm saying, like, damn, what the fuck is everybody else out here doing? Not to take nothing away from anybody, because people are making art, people are dancing and shit like that. You know, people are they are funneling, and they are what I would call alchemizing the energy to make whatever it is that they can make with their hands or their mouths and whatnot. So kudos to everybody. But yes, there's an influx of energy right now of creativity and clarity in this bitch. Veils have been lifted, seals have been broken, and weight is like there's a certain weight that I don't feel that I was feeling before.
See, people don't realize, Red, that the Christ has returned. They keep waiting for it. He's here.
Oh,
they waiting for a person.
Like Blue was explaining what the whole 2020 was, with the corona, with the crowning and whatnot, and the jubilee and whatnot. Like, we literally have crossed over. We went through the Pluto return. We went through the Great Conjunction. All of that is warranted. We in a different frequent. We're on a different timeline. We're on a different timeline. Yes. Y'all put Melanin Monday in the chat and whatnot. Matter of fact, no, click on the link in the bio. Click on the link in the description, and now it's going to take you directly to the site. Click on the link. The Christ energy is on the planet. The Antichrist energy is on the planet. The Messiah is here. The Messiah is here. My next lecture is going to be talking about that. We dropping that in March. It's going to be a video essay. It's not even going to be a lecture. Drop the album on 4/8.
March, what's the date in March, beloved?
Huh?
What date in March you doing it?
I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided. I actually have somebody reading the dates for me so we could come up with the right date and whatnot. Daylight savings is on the 10th, and you know we got the New Year's and whatnot. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But what this is going to be talking about is I'm in the lab right now. I'm in the research phase of it and everything. This year, and Cat Williams dropped it as well. I'm making a commercial, and he's going to be in the commercial with the clip where he talked about the messiahs. There's a messiah complex going on right now. There's nothing else to talk about other than, can we identify who the messiah is, and not on YouTube. You don't have to do it in the public and whatnot, but we should have some type of understanding. It's not one person. The messianic force is not one person. The messianic force, or the messianic energy, it's the babies that are being born right now. They got a whole bunch of swag to them and whatnot. They come in with all of these instructions. Let me show you something real quick, just to give you some ashe as to what's going on with the planet and why the children need they need more than protection. You know what I mean? They need resurrection. They need erection. Their parents need to erect something in their name. They need the parents to build institutions in their names. They need people to come together and erect some type of structures for them. They just need something. At this point, they don't got nothing. Nothing is being built in their name. So it's like, what are we gonna do to make that? And it's the fathers, it's not the mothers. The father's gonna build. Where's the fathers that are ready to build something for the star seeds? Because that's your greatest asset. Check this out.
I just want to say, your spirit is loud. Yes. And you must shine like you never shined before. Yes. For your spirit. Okay. You must remember that you are you. You keep going. If someone pushes you down, say, hey, I won't listen to you. Because Imori said from my heart that if you fall down, you pick yourself up and just go with the flow.
Thank you, Imori.
Yo, that's crazy. That was so deep. That was deep.
No, but that's one of many, right? That's one of many. We had to witness the quote unquote, we had to witness them take out many of those star seeds right there in quote unquote Gaza, bro. We sat back and watched that. We witnessed that. It did something. It's going to have some type of residue on the spirit body or the subtle quote unquote energy body. We were not supposed to bear witness. They did it in Hawaii. They did it in quote unquote Palestine, and they're gonna do it in other places. You understand? They doing it with the Jabberwocky. They are going after the quote unquote messiahs. And if you understand, if you study who they are, right? They have a messiah complex. They have a life. They're looking for their messiah.
Yes.
And the they that I speak of is the same they who they found tunnels underneath their synagogue in Brooklyn, because it was that group right there. It was that group right there. Them specifically. If anybody lives in Crown Heights, if any of you niggas ever visited Marcy Projects to see where Jay-Z was growing up, he's surrounded by them. They have their own neighborhoods all around Marcy Projects. They're all up and down, quote unquote, Eastern Parkway. I mean, these are the landlords. These are the quote unquote people who run the Diamond District. These are the pillagers of the poor right underneath our nose. These are the people who have historically been known to be tied into trafficking, kidnapping, and the quote unquote, the extraction of blood libel. That's them. Salute to Crumb. Crumb, I'm gonna send you a link. Pull up, Crumb. Pull up in the building.
Hey, Red, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I appreciate you for letting me come on. I want to get back in the chat. Listen, tap in with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't too far from you. Stay in touch, bro. Appreciate your time, bro.
I got something. We're gonna do something in the field, in the realms of we're gonna bring some sisters on board. I'm working on some monumental things behind the scene to address some of the predatory accusations and some of the predatory behavior that's going on in the what they call the spiritual conscious community. And we're going to be bringing some people to to address some things. You feel me? Both genders, of course. And I'm working on some stuff, so I'm gonna reach out to you. We're gonna make some happen.
Word. One last thing, I sampled your voice for my intro. I'm gonna let you hear it, man.
That's right.
It's dope. It's dope. I sampled you. I'm gonna let you hear that shit. But I appreciate you, bro. We tapped in, man.
You BMI, and we're gonna get that got to get published. You know what I mean? Because that's what this is about. Taking if somebody's like, Red, I love you, bro. You helped me out. All right, put me on your intro and give me that publishing. Let's get that publishing going, because all of those songs and all of those intros and all of those skits and everything, that's gonna feed little red pills.
Yeah, it's not a song, though. It's not a song. It's when you said you was talking about bringing me on your show, and you was like, I would love to have the brother. It's nobody like the brother Osop the God to come on, and I just took that and put it on the intro for my YouTube channel.
No, that's right.
Yeah. So it's like you give me a shout out. But now I respect that though, and like
I'm tag. That's how the DJs do it. Yeah, that's the tag.
Yeah, I use you as like a drop. You know what I'm saying? Use you as you and the brother Beasley. You know what I'm saying?
You're done though. So keep cooking, King, and we're gonna link up and we're gonna make something happen.
Say that, man. I appreciate you, man. Peace and love.
Out. So yes, I'm gonna be doing something with the good brother Crumb TV. We are going to Detroit. Shout out to the Detroit family. We are gonna be in Detroit in February. Okay, let me go and check it out real quick. Shout out to the Detroit family. Let's go and pull that flyer up. It's going to be a 2-day event right on the weekend of the Savior's Day. So we'll be at Savior's Day as well, but we're going to be out there in Detroit. There will be an album listening, and there will also be an event where we are going to be catering to our brothers and our sisters in the Detroit community, where we're going to be offering you Reiki. We're going to be offering you massages. We're going to be offering you energy work. We're going to be offering you spirit bowls and whatnot. We're going to be offering you plant-based medicine. And we're just going to be offering you an environment where you can unwind and you can relax and you could tap in and you could get treated and catered to the way that you need to be treated, catered to and treated and whatnot. So that's coming up in February. And I also have a question as well. How many of y'all are familiar with the Tubi and whatnot? How many of y'all out there watch Tubi? How many people are tapped in to the whole Tubi world and whatnot? I got approached by some people in Detroit who do Tubi. They are in the Tubi business, and they said Detroit is a hotbed for Tubi and whatnot. And they invited me to be a part of a Tubi show. You feel me? And I'm not that familiar with Tubi like that. I don't watch Tubi, but they said Detroit is like the home of the Tubi movies. So if anybody is familiar with that, let me know if that's a good idea, right? Because when I think about it, this makes sense to me because I've said before, YouTube is cool, but the lackluster of YouTube has worn away. It's not TV anymore. It's just your phone. It's not given because Tubi is on the scene. So Tubi is like movies and whatnot. It's a movie channel. So when you on Tubi, you are seen more as, doing film and whatnot. Tubi is owned by Rupert Murdoch. Yeah, I ain't doing it. I don't know if I could do that, man. That's Fox. That's Fox. Mama, forgive me. But it's like I can't blow up Tubi. You know what I'm saying? I can't be responsible for blowing up Tubi. You dig me? I can't do that. Now with Rupert Murdoch, he's the worst. Like he's an exception. His propaganda, his shit is extensive. So I have to meditate on that. I'm gonna have to meditate on that. You know what I mean? Henderson Maddox Films on Tubi is fire. Yeah, I mean, I heard some of the dust up in the brouhaha by some of the creators, and they like, yo, we making this platform like how we did Clubhouse. And I'm like, yeah, that is true. However, we got to build our own, you know what I mean? Like, we got to build our own shit. The whole blaxploitation shit again. Come on, Nate. You know we be on that knuckle dragon shit. We be on that knuckle dragon shit. We be watching Tubi together. You know what I'm talking about? I know you got the Tubi account popping. Yeah, I think Roland Martin was trying to blow it up and whatnot. So why don't Roland Martin and that nigga Byron Allen or some of them just get a network? Go stop it, copy the code. Where my code is at. Copy the code and we could make our own Tubi, right? We could make our own Tubi. We could call it Doogie. You know what I'm talking about? We could call it Doogie. I don't want to deal with nothing that we don't have. I want equity on whatever I'm on. I'm not playing that game just to be somewhere where people be at. That's just not my energy. I'm on my Cat Williams shit. They know I'm coming. I know I'm coming. I'm not showing up to no fucking platforms just to be there, bro. Like, I'm off that. I'm so off that. But I'm ready to make these Love Joan movies. I'm ready to make these motherfuckers. I'm ready to do a reality show. I'm about to make a move, and I'm not going to put all of my business out there, but it involves a content house in Atlanta. Because it's time to make content because content is king. And at the end of the day, it's really the content is the wealth. I was looking at my archive the other day. I felt wealthy looking at old videos. That shit boosted my confidence. I felt the riches in it. You want me on Zeus and whatnot? You know what I'm talking about? Niggas want me on Zeus. I should have a Zeus show. You feel me? But I ain't gonna lie. I might throw one flick on Tubi. I ain't gonna lie. I like them Tubi sex scenes. I need a steamy ass Tubi movie, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? I need a steamy ass Tubi movie with a fire ass scene like how they had Keisha and Belly. I need that in my life. You know? But what do y'all think about like a conscious dating show where it's like The Bachelor, but instead of a white man picking the litter of 20 eligible, multicultural women and whatnot, this time, it's a Kang. It's not Jonathan Majors. It's not Kang the Conqueror, but it's a Kang. And he's going to pick between 20 suitable women. Like my son a few years ago put me on the Aiden Ross, right? Aiden Ross. Okay. He put me on the Aiden Ross like 3 or 4 years ago when Aiden Ross was doing the dating shows on his Twitch channel, where that's where I seen Kai Cenat. I found out Kai Cenat back in the days through Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross is a young Jewish boy. He's a streamer. He has a big wave and whatnot. He's mad popular with the youth. Aiden Ross was doing shows where he would have like 4 or 5 of his boys on there, and then they would have an IG model come on, and then they would shoot their game. Because keep in mind, this younger generation is socially awkward. This younger generation, sex education to this younger generation is something that Lil Wayne gave them. They don't have no sexual education. Their sexual education is Lil Wayne. What other rappers were teaching them how to make sex and whatnot? Pornhub. They're socially awkward. They don't kick it like how we kick it. Chris Stokes is doing a lot on there, but it's a good place to switch up the vibe and build a platform. What platform? I do not fuck with no Chris Stokes. You don't talk about at all. I don't want to be where he at. We just need our own shit, man. But I might throw a hood movie on Tubi. I'm not above that. You know what I'm talking about? Fuck around. I'm not above that. It's a movie. It hit differently than YouTube. YouTube is videos. There's no luster in that anymore. That shit was lit in 2014 and meant something to be on YouTube. Now it don't have the same appeal. A nigga need a Tubi show or something. So their sex education is Young Money, Drake, Nicki Minaj, the Barbie shit, and Lil Wayne. Just think about what Lil Wayne did in the span of when he was popping out, doing his not just his regular shit, when he was giving you dick rap. Okay? When he was giving you I got raped at 15 and I got wild issues rap. Remember that? When he was giving you I kiss a grown man on the lips and I be like, that's okay because that's my father, but he's not really my father. And he be walking. Yeah, that's the Lil Wayne that was rapping to the youth for mad years about sex. You feel me? Cairo the One. I heard there's 3 people that asked the same question. Are y'all the same person? I just want to know. King Tut asked the same question. You asked the same question. And earlier in the day, right, when we first got started, another brother asked that question. And I'm going to pull it up. Are y'all the same person? No disrespect, not judging, not even smudging and whatnot. But I've been noticing that. So if it's more than one person, just let me know so I know if it's an epidemic or not. Because you asked the question, right? The brother just asked the question, and then Tio asked the question. He said, am I being spammed? Is this a fucking bot? Or y'all real people? I just want to know. I just want to know. It's the same message. Is a fucking bot. Right? That's how bots work. But if you niggas need help, it's giving bot. It's giving Batiana. It's giving Batiana like a motherfucker. If you niggas need help, please let me know if you niggas are bots or not. Because I'm concerned. If it's not a bot, nigga, I'm concerned. You feel me? It's on a Monday, and I got 3 people asking me about how to get off of Pornhub. We got to talk. We got to talk. You know? The fuck? That shit be having niggas out here want to cut their hand off, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You know, like in the Arabic countries and whatnot, if you steal something, it's off with your hands. These niggas is having, like, all relationships is going through it. Even the relationship with niggas in their palms. They breaking up with their palms, bro. Everybody is going through the reset. Every relationship is being challenged. Even the one with you in your palm. You and Palmetto is going through it. Y'all need counseling. 3 niggas is like, yo, Red, I'm breaking up with my palm. I need help. That's deep, bro. We need to set up a fucking we need to set up a conversation with y'all. You know? Yeah, somebody said Pornhub ain't even it. Nigga, if you on Pornhub, you watching trannies, bro. Like, clean your shit up. You niggas is watching trannies, man. Like, for real. Stop playing in a place that you probably don't know the level of, you know, it's levels to this shit. And that realm right there, it is covered in a lot of dark energy. It's covered in a lot of dark energy. It's covered in a lot of incubus and succubus energy. It's covered in a lot of sentinels. You understand? It's where the spirit cooking is taking place. You don't need it. You don't need it. We're going to create a men's group that's going to help our brothers, because all the brothers need to break these quote unquote vices. Cairo, man. Cairo, you need to just tap in with me, Cairo. Okay? I'm not gonna give you what I would give you in the terms of advice. I'm not gonna give it to you right here on the live. You feel me? But you can get help. You can get some type of counseling, because it's about taking your power back. And people are being so drained by the pornography that it's becoming they're becoming depressed to the point of suicidal in a sense. So it is a real issue that needs to be addressed. So don't feel no type of way. I appreciate you for being transparent, right? So moving forward. The same people that I'm going to be talking about in this upcoming lecture that I got, I don't want to be all over the place, because we want to focus on what we have in front of us. Blue Pill will be at Melanin Mondays tomorrow. Blue Pill, no, not tomorrow. I'm sorry. In a few hours. Doors open at 7 p.m. Blue is in the building at Melanin Mondays. If you are in Atlanta, pull up. If you're not in Atlanta, pull up. You feel me? It don't matter. We have what is known as live stream. You dig? We have what is known as live stream. Okay? So you good. Parasite cleansing, number 1, and digital detox, number 2, reconnection to nature, number 3, and then fruit fast, number 4, and then extensive immersive gym. That's 5. That is your starter kit for how to break that quote unquote addiction, right? The digital detox, you have to part ways with your phone for about 30 days. To the point where if you could put that shit and not touch it at all and not look at it and have somebody else answer your calls for you, you do that. Okay. Then you have to remove the worms and the parasites, because it's the parasites that are sending the signals and whatnot that are basically telling you that you have to release dopamine and you have to get on a certain type of high, similar to when you're addicted to coke, because coke addiction and porn addiction are almost similar in the brain, right? Then the third one is when you put the phone down, you have to go back to grounding, you have to hug trees, you have to get back into nature. It's the winter time, so it's quote unquote what they call hibernation season and whatnot. You can't get in the ocean. You can't necessarily go grounding unless you live somewhere where it's warm and whatnot. If you don't live somewhere where it is warm, you might want to go away for the weekend if you could get out of the cold weather. Okay, because winter depression is what really brings people to a very, very low point, and they start destroying themselves. Okay, they start destroying themselves. So you don't want to be a victim of the wintertime depression and fucking around with social media where the algorithm is telling you kill yourself and that you're not good enough and that you ain't worth nothing and that this person is doing better than you in life and whatnot. And it's always having you in this state of measuring yourself against everything else, millions and millions of people. So boom, after you deworm and after you detox and after you tap back into nature and whatnot, and you ground and you go outside and you breathe and you get in the grass and you roll around, you go to the gym. You go to the gym and you start working out. You feel like you have desires and whatnot. You feel like you have that itch that needs to be scratched. You transmute that into the gym. Fuck it. If it's on your phone and you looking at a big booty baddie and whatnot, you looking at an IG model and she's pulling you to the, well, put it on the floor and go and work out. And imagine yourself, pleasing that person that you want to, quote unquote, that you're so passionate about. Put that into your workout to where you sculpt your body, or you begin to change your body and you begin to enhance your quote unquote vessel to the point where you know that it's going to attract that person, or you'll be able to finish whatever it is that you have, because it's a primal energy. And whatever the fuck is hitting this planet from the sun, my niggas, because nobody want to talk about it, it has a lot of heavy primal energy. So the fact that I'm in the Kali Yuga and I'm seeing women talk about their kitty cat every 5 minutes and whatnot, and men are hypersexualized and things of that nature, I can't necessarily judge, because there is a primal energy that is hitting the planet. And on the flip side of that, men are losing their testosterone and they're not even getting aroused and turned on and things of that. So if you got something going good for you, you might want to stick with that. But you have to practice what is known as self-mastery. The energy cannot be all over the place. So the best thing that's going to help us out is the best thing that's going to help out a boxer when they're training for a fight. They need coaching. The same thing that's going to help out a football player that wants to win the Super Bowl. They need coaching. The same thing that I would tell you for a prize fighter or a karate fighter in a tournament. They tell them to do what? They tell them to fight your desires. They tell them to practice self-mastery. They tell them to, quote unquote, utilize all of that as a resistance band. All of that power, all of that pull, use that as a resistance. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get stronger. Strength is in resistance. Strength is in resistance. It's the same mentality of going to the goddamn. So don't feel like a bad person. They've taught us to shame impulses and desire. They taught us to shame that. We came here to have that. That's why we're here. That's why we incarnated, to have these desires, to know what it feels like, to know what it feels like, but also to conquer it. You could wallow in the mud, all you want. You could lay on your belly all you want. You could roll in mud all you want. You could be gluttonous all you want. You could be gluttonous all you want. You could practice that to your heart's desire. However, I don't think that that's going to lead you to the road of optimum power. Rather, if you balance it, you'll find yourself in a better place. And I am not advocating for a monastery. I'm not advocating for people to be quote unquote prudes in life. I'm advocating for you to get the best desire, to fulfill your desires in the best way, right? Fulfill your desires in the best way, but of course in the safest way, and in a way where you won't regret it years down the line and whatnot. You feel me? Because ultimately, sometimes we sacrifice ourselves for the moment and we pay for that shit later on down the line. So if you ever see me go cold turkey, if I disappear off of social media and my page is deactivated and you don't hear from me, you feel me? Then I'm in that place where I'm detoxing and I'm off the scene and whatnot. You feel me? I think everybody should mandatorily go through about 60 days, especially if you are frontline. If you look around and read the room, everybody's crying out, right? What did they say? Everybody is lashing out. Everybody is putting posts up, and they're like, "Yo, niggas need healing out here. There's something going on. There's something wrong, and people are noticing it. There's something off. That's the better word. There's something off. There's an imbalance. There's an imbalance." And a lot of that imbalance, to me personally, in my observation, it has a lot to do with the fact that we collectively, as a collective, are spiraling like they was in the Nebuchadnezzar going through the matrix. We're spiraling through this quote unquote digital realm that we've recently been inserted in. We're moving through realms and we're moving through dimensions and we're moving through some shit that requires a little more insight. I don't think we even know the depths of what we're even involved with right now. Just being on the internet, just being able to broadcast live to hundreds and thousands of people, being able to touch people all around the world and whatnot, and activate people all around the world and shit like that. Like, that's a lot of power. That's a lot of power, bro. That's a lot of power. Shout out to Lioness Crown. And with power comes responsibility, right? With all of that power, no one man should have all that power. But here we find ourselves with all of that power. Imagine somebody that got 1 million followers. Imagine somebody that got 100,000 followers. Imagine somebody that, and henceforth I said followers, right? Where the just the language, just the lexicon in and of itself is dangerous. Just the language in and of itself is dangerous. You feel me? 1 million followers. Out of all of those people, there's going to be somebody that's going to be like, I want to follow. Have you ever been swallowed? There's going to be somebody that's going to say, I'm just going to be a swallower, not a follower, a swallower. And they're going to do whatever you tell them to do, because we are currently in what is known as the cult of personality worship. And people are willing to do anything. You understand? At this point, it's never been like this before. It's never been to this degree of people worshiping lesser than people that are not even worthy of worship. There's never been a time like this before. This shit is an anomaly. You dig? So pay attention. Pay attention. This year this year has a lot of surprises tucked away. And these rappers is putting out garbage music, and I'm taking shit personal. You know? Taking shit personal. But Detroit, we will be in the building. I need to see y'all, man. I need to see Detroit pulling up February the 25th. I need to see y'all. I think Crumb will be with me out there in Tucson as well. We're going to take a road trip. We're going to hit the road and whatnot and drive from Atlanta to Vegas. And we're going to keep everybody updated. I'm going to be broadcasting live on Patreon and all of that. But yeah, we're going to hit the road and run up in Arizona and tap into this magical grid. Check this out.
Peace, family. Peace to you and yours, brother Richfield, reporting live and direct. Yes, we are in snowbird mode, all right? It is time to leave the Arctic cold and go west, okay? So February 1st to the 6th, meet us in Tucson, Arizona. Seating is limited, okay? We will be joined by Ross Ben. We will be joined by our good brother Amun. Brother Red and Blue will be in the building, and many more guests. This is going to be something that you cannot miss. The International Gem and Stone Show. Vendors going to be on deck. There's going to be all type of things. I promise you. Make sure that you tap in. The link is right there. See you in AZ.
The youth are in a mumble death rap trance. We got 12 and 14-year-old boys and girls carjacking in DC nonstop, right? DC, the same place where Joe Biden, right? Mr. Crime Bill, Joe Biden and the Democrats and all of them have called home. You got to be a real fucking bold criminal to be carjacking in DC of all places. You feel me? You out there carjacking government, federal workers and shit. Like, that's a federal crime. That's coming from what? That's coming from Grand Theft Auto. They got programmed through the fantasy complex industry. They got programmed through the music. They got programmed through the TV. And they got programmed through the video games and more than likely through the cartoons. So yeah, that whole carjacking is them wanting to mimic what the fuck they see on Grand Theft Auto. Them running around with Dracos and whatnot, shooting off M16s. That's Call of Duty and Modern Warfare and all of that. They're literally taking what they're doing in this ultra realistic world of video games and they're bringing it into the real world. And now in February, they're about to put out VR, the VR glasses, and this shit is really about to change. It's really about to change. You dig? It's really about to change. Yeah, I heard about them getting litty in DC. But also in DC, you have the legal psilocybins, right? You could take shrooms out there. So, you know, hopefully they'll be steered in a direction where they could get some type of healing. And, you know, because, man, Philly, DC, the Bronx, Newark, so many different places where these star seeds, you feel me, are in danger. They're surrounded by a deaf culture. They can't shake that. You feel me? They can't necessarily, they born into it. They are born into it, y'all. Shit crazy. But look, I got things to do. It's about 4:00. I got things to do. You dig what I'm saying? I got to get ready for this show tonight. And Blue Pill is gonna bring he's bringing a lecture to the stage, and I'm also gonna be interviewing him. Doors open up at 7, and we are going to start our conversation at 8:00 with me and Blue Pill. We'll be doing a podcast interview. I'll be interviewing a brother, and he also has a demonstration. He also has a lecture. He has he put together a presentation. So it might not even be a long interview. I might let him do his thing. And he also is going to be serving food. When you click on the RSVP link, you'll be able to order food and get food when you come through so you can nourish your soul. some of that cosmic kale, of course. We got beverages on deck. We got vendors in the building. We're going to play some new music, some new Twin Pillar music. We'll be playing some of that Holy Ghost 3 album. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? We'll be networking. And we'll also be on live stream for all of my Zoom family, my KT aliens. I see you in the building, and I'll see y'all tonight, you dig? So go ahead and hit that link in the description or the bio or whatever you wherever the links wherever the hyperlinks are kept, right here. Yeah, and you could go to the website. So with that being said, love and light to the family. Y'all stay dangerous, and we'll see you later on tonight. Peace.